Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be on this bad boy right here. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. It is new, it just came out. I'm excited to try it. I just put it all on along with some other Wet n Wild products. Some are new, some are old. This is quite a bit of Wet n Wild going on. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I do have a few other cushion products for them that I will be using on my face today, just so you can see them, that I already had, but this isn't necessarily a tested out Tuesday on that product. It really is just on this new foundation. It says it has an SPF of 15, it says liquid foundation in a cushion compact, it is luminous, lightweight, and buildable. Hydrating formula, it is cruelty free. It says that it also contains natural coconut derivatives as well. I've already primed my face with this Catrice Prime and Fine Refiner Primer. I wanted to use a primer as I normally would when I'm putting on foundation that wasn't too luminous or wasn't too matte, something that didn't change or alter the actual foundation that I'm going to put on. So I've already applied this to my face. It's been sitting for about 15 minutes or so. I am going to be using two different applications. One side of my face I'm going to use this L'Oreal sponge, and the other side I'm going to use this Morphe R6. It does come with a little flat sponge, but it's just not really for me. I would never use that to apply it. So these are the two types of applications that we'll be using today. So interestingly enough, it says apply liberally 15 minutes after sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. I am not reapplying my foundation every 2 hours. So this is what it looks like. It's just a larger version of the highlighter and contour that I have that I'll show you in a few. It opens up. The one thing I do like about this package a little bit better than the other ones is that it has a little top that opens up. The ones that I had before had this little lid and it's really messy. I do have some redness on my face just because I was like beating it up earlier, so let's see if that covers it. All right. I'd say that's some pretty good coverage. It says that it's a light to medium coverage but buildable, so we'll see. I don't know how good of a match it is. It's pretty close, but it might be a little too dark. I did watch a tutorial on this with What Would Lizzie Do, and it looked very luminous. So I am interested in that. I do like a glow. I have now dipped into the compact 3 times, and I think that's pretty much all I'm going to use for this side. It does look pretty luminous, nice natural finish. So you can see this side I still have some redness because I haven't put anything on, but here it did a pretty good job at helping with the redness, not totally eliminating it, but I think I would mostly use this foundation for like an everyday, like to work or something like that, because it does look very natural. It's not cakey. I don't know if I'd be able to build it up to that medium. I do find this to be pretty light coverage. Okay, so this is the side that has nothing, and you can see the redness. This side looks pretty good. Alright, so that's using this brush. Let's go ahead in and use the L'Oreal sponge. I love this sponge. I sometimes prefer it over the Beauty Blender. Alright, let's do this side. As far as application, I think they both actually worked out well. I think I prefer the sponge over the flat top kabuki. But overall, I am loving how this looks on the skin. Again, this is a very light foundation. If you're trying to really cover some imperfections or blemishes or whatever it may be you're trying to cover, I'm not sure if you would be able to. You saw I did have some redness on my face, and I do think like I did a good job of covering that. So I am really looking forward to seeing how this product performs. I do have a concealer from Wet n Wild, so we will be using it today. This is the Photo Finish one. This isn't really a review on this product because I have done another video on this. I will link that below, but I am going to go ahead and see kind of how these products really jive with each other. I would say that this concealer is pretty good. I don't think it's my absolute favorite. You know, I like a full coverage under eye. I know it looks pretty thick, but it's really not that thick. I like to blend out my concealer first with my fingers. I just think that the warmth of my finger, it just does a really great job at blending out, so that's what I'll do here. Now I'm just going to go in with that L'Oreal sponge and blend out whatever I was unable to blend out with my fingers. So these two products are not necessarily new. I've had them for probably 6 months or so, but these are the other cushion products that they have. This is the Cushion Contour and the Cushion Highlight. I've been using this quite often ever since I got it, so I am going to use it today just to kind of finish off the look. This is what I was talking about, the caps. The caps on these just kind of are hard to get off. They got some weird product. It's just, ugh. I like their upgraded version of the Cushion Compact. This stuff blends like an absolute dream. So I am going to go in with the other side of the sponge that I haven't used. Just dip it in to the contour and just warm up the face a little bit. I love this stuff, you guys. I use it all the time. It just blends so well. They do only have one shade. This one is Cafe au Soleil. I wish they had more shades. This one's a little bit warm, so if you're looking for a more cool toned, you ain't gonna find it here. Let's also throw on this other cushion. This is the Mega Cushion Highlight in the shade Who's That Pearl. So that is pretty. I do think it's a nice base for putting on your powder highlight. I mean, let's just keep it going with the Wet n Wild. This is an old blush. This is Pearlescent Pink. And I'm just going to place this on my cheeks. Gorgeous. Very pigmented blushes. These are like a staple in everybody's. They're so inexpensive. Beautiful. I have been obsessed with these highlighters from Wet n Wild. I've been using them ever since I got them like 3 or 4 weeks ago. This is Blossom Glow, which is my absolute favorite. It's more of like a white pink. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And this is Botanic Dream. This one is a little bit more pink, a little darker, but they're very similar shades. If I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the Blossom Glow. I'm going to go over that other highlighter with this as well. Oh yeah. I mean, look at that, you guys. I just find it so interesting that it does say in the directions, reapply at least every 2 hours. I don't know if that's because of the SPF properties that it has. So I don't know if they're saying every 2 hours to keep the SPF in it, but I sure as hell am not applying my foundation every 2 hours. It's pretty late in the day. It is 3:45, so I'm probably not gonna be able to do like a whole day worth of wear. Then we'll do a final check-in at the end of the night. Bye guys. Hey guys, so this is my last check-in. It is, let's see, it's about 8. I'm exhausted. I need to take off all this stuff. So let's do our last little checkup and see how we're doing. So this little area here that I have some blemishes going on, you can definitely see them a lot more. So it has really come off a little bit here. I would need a more fuller foundation anyways to cover this up. So I'm not really mad at that. I think overall it looks pretty nice. What do you guys think? So I've had it on about 4.5 hours. I don't think this is super long wearing anyways. I definitely don't think the 2 hours that we read earlier was like the max. I think the concealer still really looks good, so all of these products still stayed on it pretty well. I think this is perfect for someone who wants a lighter coverage, similar to like a tinted moisturizer, because I don't feel as though it covers a lot of blemishes. When I first put it on, it looked pretty full coverage, but once I blended it out, I realized it wasn't going to be that full coverage. I think the most you can blend this up to is really like a medium coverage, and that's kind of pushing it a little bit, at least for my skin type. I am looking forward to wearing this to work. I think it's a great foundation for work. I don't know if I would wear this for a night out where I'm trying to be super glam, although this eye look is super glam. I don't know if they necessarily go together, but for me this was a plus. I hope that you like this Test It Out Tuesday video. If you haven't seen my last week's, it is on these brows right here. I actually have it on the product. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Gel. So I'll link that below so you can see that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!